This video is brought to you by employment agency The Quiet Death. No old splendor for posterity.
In today's video, we're going to dive into the past of this infamous, controversial cult favorite dark ride via rare or even considered lost media. And don't forget to stick around to the end for more surprises and how to participate. Here we are, back at Efteling for the Carnaval Festival dark ride. The attraction opened in 1984 as the park's very first true dark ride. It features Disney's Omni-Mover system, similar to the ones used in other classic continuous loading attractions, like the Haunted Mansion. The ride takes guests past cheerful festive scenes representing cultures from around the world. There's a lot to tell about this attraction, and it has undergone many changes throughout the years. But some of those changes happened not long after opening, and they're often overlooked. As user, Efteling Lost Media mentioned on X in 2022, footage of these early changes is extremely scarce. So we dove into our own archives and finally managed to dig up an old VHS recording, which we believe dates back to 1984 or 1985. What many people probably don't remember is that you could once rent Panasonic VHS cameras at Efteling. You could pick them up right here at In Den Ouden Marskramer, or in English, at the Old Peddler, back when the current shop was still an open-air area. One of these counters is where you collected the camera. Efteling provided the VHS tape, which included 2 short promotional films at the beginning. We'll try re-uploading them to YouTube soon. A link will be in the description. But back to the VHS camera itself. It was a rather bulky, heavy set consisting of a separate camera and a recording unit connected by a cable. You carried the recording unit, which also housed the batteries, in a special pouch with a shoulder strap. And keep in mind, there was no autofocus, no stabilization. Everything had to be done manually. Even with all that, we liked the camera so much, we actually bought one too. We also made a video of Efteling's Dance Macabre earlier, which also covered our passion for filming and photography. We'll leave a link to it in the description so you can check it out if you're interested.
So this video contains old VHS footage. If you enjoy seeing this kind of old material, let us know. Share this video with others and leave us a comment and a like. We've got lots more footage, so subscribe and let us know if we should restore and upload more. Your feedback helps us prioritize future uploads. Thanks in advance and keep watching, because later we'll explain how we can bring your old footage back to life too.
Several countries, including Japan and China, are represented in this carnival-themed dark ride. We enter these Asian countries through the mouth of a dragon. Above you hang banners, and along the wall are 3 Japanese no-theater masks. 3 Japanese figures welcome us with a polite greeting, which is drowned out by a gong sound. Next, we see geishas on a bridge, followed by 2 sumo wrestlers. Then we see Jokie in a rickshaw, with, according to Eftepedia, a Torii with moving masks in the middle. A Torii is a type of decorative entryway or gateway found in Japan, most commonly at the entrance of a Shinto shrine, where it symbolically marks the transition from the mundane to the sacred. The Torii is also sometimes used as a symbol of Japan in non-religious contexts. We also have seen one displayed during the light safari at Beeksebergen. But, as seen here in our old VHS footage, shot not long after the attraction opened, there were originally marionettes in place of the masks. Dragons were represented by both the former marionettes and the current masks, which isn't surprising since dragons are diverse legendary creatures in Japanese and Asian folklore and mythology, making them a fitting choice for this scene. What we don't know is whether the marionettes were just placeholders, or if there was another reason for replacing them. The upgrade to masks is not spectacular. So what motivated the change? Some people claimed the marionettes sometimes got tangled when a draft swept through the building, which may have caused the change. Please let us know in the comments if you have any additional information or theories. Another thing that stands out is that several of the figures in front of the Torii have disappeared or can now be found elsewhere, like these bearded pirates who have found a new home in Alaska among their companions. But where did the others go? Please let us know if you spotted them elsewhere. Now, on to the next change, which was a very odd choice for this attraction to begin with.
But before we continue, do you have old footage of attractions, theme parks, or zoos? It doesn't necessarily have to be Efteling. If you would like your footage digitized in exchange for us possibly using it on our YouTube channel, then we'd be happy to arrange that for you. So if you have interesting footage, whether it is VHS, Super 8, or DV tape, contact us to see what is possible. Thanks.
Now we swap Japan for China, where we first see a shadow play of two figures, including Jokie with a kite. On the walls we see various decorations of kites and fish. The change in this section is of a different nature than the previous one. Originally, the shadow play showed an Eastern-looking woman trying to pull a man out of a wooden bathtub. This was, to put it mildly, a very unusual choice, not only because the characters were based on realistic human proportions, unlike the rest of the ride, but also because some people at the time considered it a bit more risqué. We don't necessarily see it that way. It was likely a playful joke aimed at adult visitors. In the 80s and 90s, it wasn't unusual for attractions and entertainment to include more adult-oriented humor that went over the heads of younger guests. Also notable in the old footage is the total absence of the extra kite and fish decorations we see today. These were just a few of the remarkable changes within Carnaval Festival, but there have been many more. Like, we haven't even mentioned other elements that some regularly cite as problematic, such as alcohol use, smoking, prostitution, and domestic violence, which some even link to a hate crime. But that's food for thought for another video. We're also uploading the full-on ride to our YouTube channel, so don't forget to check that out and spot more changes. If you do, let us know in the comments, and who knows, we might include them in a future video.
If you enjoy seeing old material like this and want more from Efteling or other parks, let us know. Share this video with others, like it, hype it, and leave us a comment. We've got plenty more footage, so subscribe and let us know if it's worth restoring and uploading. Thank you for watching, and feel free to check out one of these other videos. Don't forget to subscribe and join our socials.
Attention, the gondolas are stopping for a